Stop. Wait a minute.
All right, guys. So guess what? We have the information about the giveaway. I know we said 70K. Things have been moving so fast. We so appreciate you guys. But now is the information you want to hear. Drum roll, please. You got it.
So, man, what we're going to do is we're going to do a giveaway for an iPhone 14 Pro Max. And all you have to do is sign up for the free trial of Aura in the link in the description below. We're going to pick one person out of that list.
And your name is going to be randomly selected with an online digital selector. So it's going to be fair, no favoritism or anything like that. The computer is going to select the person.
But what you have to do is once you sign up for the Aura 14-day free trial, you have to send a screenshot showing that you signed up, and you have to send it to cboandsnapper@gmail.com.
And that'll be in the description below as well.
That's right.
All right, guys.
All right. Let's get to these reactions.
Let's go.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
What's going on, guys?
Hey. Babe.
Yes.
So the question is, what are we doing to white people, the country? Like, what are they doing? Is it, because it's starting to seem like the world now has got to a point to where white people are being shamed, and it's ridiculous. We are in 2023. In the year 2000, we thought all the cars flying. So why in 2023 are we still worrying about race? You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Or why is this race being treated this way? Because now things are starting to flip. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So what I wanted to look at, man, I saw this video pop up. It says, this one, it has a little length to it, but we're going to go and do this one. Mm-hmm. It says, what are we doing to white people?
I don't know. I know some of the stuff that's going on. I don't agree with.
I don't agree with. Yeah.
Handle the situation accordingly based off of that one incident.
Exactly.
Not everything is racist or it's prejudice going on. It's not. We can't erase it from the globe.
We can't.
But everything is not that.
And yes, people understand. Yeah, horrible things were done to black people in the past. Horrible, of course. But the key word is PAST.
Okay.
The past. So we need to leave the past and move forward. You're gonna die broke focusing on the past. Anyway, so
let's get into it.
Let's get it.
Let's talk about what we're doing to white people. There's been something going on for a while now that we're being told not to notice. More to the point, that we're asking white people not only to ignore, but to accept. The rising tide of racial hatred against white people. In the past decade, there has been a noticeable cultural shift in what constitutes acceptable speech as it relates to white people. Back when I was a kid, in the early 2000s, the mainstream American culture preached about respecting each other's differences and not seeing color. Nowadays, we say that not seeing color is racism, that you must see color. But the more I see how things are unfolding, the more I'm convinced that this is wrong. Back then, saying something offhanded about white people were seen as not appropriate, just as it would be to say something offhanded about people of any other race. But that soon gave way to our current times, in which there exists virtually no limit to what racial minorities can and do say about white people. I believe this is the natural outgrowth of a perverse ideology that teaches us that every societal ill, is the fault of white people, and that whatever prejudice acts we may inflict upon them does not constitute discrimination because we don't have the power to discriminate. And alarmingly, this is particularly pronounced in the younger generation. But is it true? Do we not have the power to discriminate? Well, let's see. First, let's take a look at the racial hatred at the interpersonal level. In today's society, it has become somewhat fashionable to think things and say things about and to white people that would not be acceptable if it was said about any other race. And we're being taught that this double standard is not wrong, that it is rather a form of empowerment. They'll attribute negative experiences that they've had with white people to their whiteness. You had an argument in line at the grocery store with a white person? They were acting entitled because they were white. A white driver cut you off when you were driving? They need to check their white privilege. Your actions, your conduct, and your existence, in other words, boil down to your whiteness. And ashamedly, at one point in time, this was how I used to think as well. And beyond the people in my circle, I noticed that many people of color have this sort of blasé attitude, an attitude most particularly pronounced when there are no other white people around. Things are being said not just behind closed doors, but out in the open, not just between close friends, but between complete strangers. So here's the thing. This is something that I've experienced countless times, so I know that there are other people who are experiencing it too. I know it must resonate with at least some of you. The difficulty here is that no matter how many anecdotes I share, they are just that, anecdotes. And people who refuse to believe that this is happening will just chalk it up to my experiences being a fluke. Or worse yet, they'll say I'm lying. So I've compiled some TikTok videos. I want you to take a look at the things that are being said about white people, especially by the younger generation, the kind of statements people wouldn't dare say about people of any other race. Take a look at what is stunningly in vogue in today's society, and ask yourselves, where does this lead to years down the line?
You have a token white, and you're hanging out with your friend group of color. You need to ask permission from everybody in the group to bring your white friend. Like, don't just bring them. I might not be in the mood to deal with white shenanigans that day. That's all I'm saying. And another thing, it feeds into their ego. Like, don't let them think they're a good white person.
Accomplices ask, how can they support Black and Indigenous people of color? And sometimes I really don't know what to say, but here's one easy way. Just don't have babies.
Women can
What?
single-handedly cause the white genocide that they are so afraid of. With 2.25 billion Asian women and 500 million white men, baby, it'll only take 2 generations. In 2 generations, there will no longer be any blonde-haired.
These are some things I noticed about white American culture. Being grounded is a punishment to them. That's what they call punishment. The least grounded, least balanced, most destructive race considers being grounded a punishment? Yeah. They also say really violent phrases. They say things like, kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Why do we have to kill the birds? Why is everything so violent? It's almost like one's language and phrases reflects one's nature.
So that new Jeffrey Dahmer movie on Netflix is...
She better not say nothing about that with that bonnet on.
Where are you getting this from?
perfect example
Why is this so
of the sensationalization of white violence.
really low?
People have a much easier time sympathizing
That's the video,
with white
'cause I thought-
criminals than they do with black victims.
The
People
video's
think
low.
these shows are harmless, but they actually contribute to a much bigger issue. It contributes to the viewpoint that white people are less violent than everyone else, and white violence is something to be consumed in media, and that's it.
What is with Caucasian people and like their inability to like read a fucking room? Like, y'all act like you don't understand shit because y'all be the inability to like read a fucking room. Like, y'all act like you don't understand shit because y'all be the first ones during a conversation about the Holocaust to get so mad when black people be like, you do realize that the original Jewish people were black, right? White people do not need to explain to anybody about us all bleeding.
That's wrong. The original Jewish people were not black. They were brown. They were not black. So I think we confused that.
Being red because, baby, you all are the people that need to learn that lesson. Clearly, history shows that you all are the people that like to pillage and eradicate, enslave and oppress, attempt to suppress greatness because you all simply don't have it.
Right? Here go y'all cum goblins who don't even live in the fucking city. Which, by the way, the Q-tip people are the last ones to ever talk about somebody stealing anything. Y'all wouldn't be in this country had it not been for y'all stealing it. So y'all are more focused on people looting and trying to get necessities and things that they need. And yes, a TV is a fucking necessity thing. But you feel like you're better than because people are out here stealing and you would never. First of all, if you are.
Is she justifying looting?
But on top of that, not only is she justifying looting, look at your, if I'm looking at your skin tone, somebody really close is probably who you're talking about. You know, you look at your.
Ain't nobody on that. I'm talking
Mayo
about
monster. That is how your ancestors
the
got
ignoramus
everything
is
from
sounding that
stealing
she's
people.
And
how
that's a
stupid she
behavior
sounds.
that's very common among white women.
Ooh.
You may have not intended that, but there are many white women
Ooh.
who act exactly like you.
If you can find it in your heart this holiday season to donate to the Discriminated White Fund, you'd be helping millions.
Nothing says high protein like cicadas and cheese.
Ew.
And nothing says caucasity like that right there.
What caucasity looks like. Roaming Asian grocery stores like it's an amusement park.
Explain to me why white people don't wear shoes outdoor, but wear shoes inside.
We're both white women. We are inherently a danger in spaces for black, indigenous, and other people of color simply by existing.
It's white cis men who are a part of the far right-winged ideology of fascism. That is.
Anytime somebody calling somebody cis, I already know you ain't. I don't want to hear you. I don't want to hear nothing you talking about.
The true threat and the terrorism to this country.
If BIPOC stand in the street and scream at the top of their lungs, "I hate all white people. I want all white people to go die. Die, white devil, you cracker bitch." That's still not racism.
You're not one of the good white.
Say what?
Go back. What did she say? And what is the BIPOC?
Her name is the Gray Witch. Okay, I'm already have moved on.
If BIPOC stand in the street and scream at the top of their lungs, "I hate all white people. I want all white people to go die. Die, white devil, you cracker bitch." That's still not racism.
You're not.
Yeah, that's exactly what racism would be right there.
One of the good white people. Stop separating us from the bad white people. Don't sit out there in comments and say, "We don't claim them." We are them. We are the ones shooting up schools. We are the ones raping people, the ones enslaving people.
And I'll say it. I hate being white.
See, I mean, the message. Well, listen to what these people are saying. Crazy nonsense.
That's psycho.
Means I'm one of the good ones.
All white people are inherently racist.
Yeah.
Can you be racist against white people?
Based off of the definition of racism, yes, but it's not gonna hurt them and hurt their opportunities like it does people of color.
While technically you can, it's not like an issue.
You can't oppress the oppressor.
It helps you sleep at night. I'm racist to white people, and I'm proud of it.
Why do people not understand that you can't be racist to white people? It's impossible. The system is not set up that way. You can insult white people, but it is not racism. Me calling a white person a tub of mayonnaise and a flower-looking ass, that's not racist.
You went all the way to Africa to physically take black people from their homes, shove them in on boats where a lot of them got diseases and died, told them where they could sit on a bus, told them which schools they could go to, which water fountains they could use, which bathrooms they could use, and that's sugarcoating it. Those are just terms. I'm not even describing all the disgusting things that happen, and they don't even want revenge. They are letting you guys skate by, asking for equal rights. That's it? And you're still saying no? They are not as angry as they should be. Y'all are getting off easy, and you're still saying no? Fuck you.